Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 5.
Listen, I don't know what Ready to Love is doing, but this episode was the tubiest episode I've ever seen in my life.
Chaotic in the funniest way.
Listen here, man. Listen here. I know there are a lot of people here that probably love to put on a little Tubi movie and watch it every now and then. I am not one of those people.
I
right?
am one of those.
Blair wants to put it on whatever I'm watching with her because she wants to hear me criticize the movie throughout the whole hour and 30 minutes.
Makes it even more fun.
Right? For me, I'm like, can we watch something good? And this episode was so much Tubiness to me. But it was good. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Walk us through this, please.
So all the singles get together for a block party.
Yeah.
Tae reveals that Francisco has been her greatest connection, but there is some tension between them today.
What's the tension?
So apparently, Cisco told her that he didn't have a car. She said, okay, that's all right. Do you have your own place? He said that he had a room. He does not have his own place.
Wait a minute.
She feels like if you're not where you need to be financially, how can we talk about marriage? Cisco tells us that he got divorced. He was struggling to find work and get back on his feet.
Yeah.
Tommy walks in with his wife, and, we cheers. We clap for Tommy. He spends his wife around 23 years, y'all. Okay. 23 years. And the men are in power again this week.
Yeah.
Cam's strongest connections are Rose and Sahara. And Rose and Cam are smelling the different oils. Their connection is growing. And I really like seeing them together. They're just like a good looking couple, and their vibes seem great together.
Yeah, I like the vibe. Now, what is your thoughts about how Tae feel about Cisco? About basically, hey, man, you ain't got no car. I'm not against anybody who don't have a car, but he said that he's renting a room.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? He's basically sharing a house with other people, and he got a room.
Yeah.
Whew, with me, I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but I think it's within her right to be like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Especially if we're on the show with other men. You get what I'm saying? I could literally just pick another guy. It's not like we have any type of foundation to where I need to stick around with you. What is your thoughts coming from a woman's perspective?
Yeah, I think for this situation, I don't think you want to get with somebody that's unstable. I think that with Cisco, his priority should be getting back on his feet. And what concerns me is that a lot of guys in those positions consider getting a woman as part of getting back on their feet.
Yes, it is.
By using your apartment, your money,
your car,
and your car.
Yes, it is.
And that's how they get back on their feet. And I don't want that to be Tae.
Well,
I think that there is something to say, like, when you're maybe in your 20s or even in your early 30s and like you've kind of taken a hit or you're still trying to figure things out, you meet somebody and you guys kind of come up together. But for him to be 42 years old, Tae is a nurse anesthetist, and he's at this place where he's having to start over again, which is definitely nothing to be embarrassed about because people have to start over again sometimes all their lives depending on what they're going through. So I'm not knocking him for that, but I just don't think that's something Tae should get herself involved in because she should not be the solution to his issue. Like, he should be working out a way to get himself out of that, which he says that he is, but I would be weary to date somebody who might look at me as the come up. So
yeah, I found it very interesting that she said that she went to marriage, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is Ready to Love. So that kind of lets me, or it kind of opened the door for me to see that, Tae want to be with somebody that she can marry based off of the connection that she may get from the show. And I would say Cisco, I will actually question more than just the car or question more the house. I think this actually opens the door of, if she decides to continue on with him, to be like, hey, you are divorced to the point where you got hit upside the head to where you didn't live in your house no more. I don't know what happened to the car and things like that. You had to rent a room and things of that nature. How do you feel about marriage? Do you get what I'm saying? Because Tae already let the cat out the bag saying, like, yeah, I don't think you're in a position to marry someone. And I would say, I don't know if he's in a position to marry someone, more so not because of the car or the house, but because he's divorced. And I want to know what is his thoughts on marriage as a whole now.
Yeah, and I do also want to add, like, the difference, I think, between dating when you're younger and trying to get on your feet versus dating when you're older and really combining a life with somebody is that with Tae, she doesn't have any children right now. She's dating to marry. Within the next few years, she might want to, have a child. And she wants to be able to do that with somebody who kind of has their stuff together and not has to take additional time to get themselves together.
You're right.
So see, she's not going to stand on business.
No.
But but I hate this for her. I'll say that much.
Okay.
But the thing is, if he really is a great guy and they are able to get along and it works out the way it works out, then that's a beautiful thing. But if you have other options, I would say choose the other option.
And that's 100% the point. Not to get stuck in scene number one.
Right. But there's so much to say.
But it's just like, look, if it was just a genuine connection to where she didn't have other options, I would be like, I still would say don't date him, but this is not out of the norm to where a guy would date a woman or vice versa, and then they kind of come up, or one person use their resources to help the other person out. And guess what? I'm not against that, but I'm just saying that I am not against Tae's decision to be like, Cisco, I'm not talking to you no more.
Right.
It's like I got Eddie, I got Cam, I got Hassan, I got Jay. It's like, why do I need to like be stuck on you? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So Angela and Hussein talk. We learned that he has a 6-year-old son that lives in another state. She wants more kids. I think she has one child herself, and he also wants more kids.
Nice.
We get to the scene, which I feel like was the scene of the night for me.
Okay.
I was laughing my tail off.
She was. She was.
Rocky apparently writes erotic poetry.
Yeah.
And she was reading her poem to Naeem. She was in it, y'all. She was in it. She was moving. She was grooving. She was all between my thighs and then between my legs and the drip and the drop and all the things.
Oh, my.
And when she was done, she was telling Naeem, now you got to snap for me. Naeem, he rolled with the punches very well, but in this confessional, he was just like, yeah, this really ain't my idea of a good time.
Listen here, man. How do y'all make the 5 kids, 3 baby mama guys seem normal? It is 3. It is 5 kids, right? Right. How do y'all make him seem normal every episode the more we go by, right? Naeem should actually be one of the guys that should be getting eliminated and should be on the bottom of everybody poll, because guess what? I don't want to deal with baby mamas and I don't want to deal with 5 kids. But Rocky, you surprised me with your poem, right? I like the fact that even when Naeem was doing his confessional and they had her still going in mute, and she was basically, like Blair said, putting her finger all up in his face. Listen, I love my East Coast women, man, right? Putting her finger all up in his face. And I'm like, what's going on here, Rocky? Yeah. You know what I mean? But listen here. Tubiest episode I've ever seen in my life.
But the thing is, y'all, the poem was actually good.
The poem was
actually good. But it was just not right place, right time. It was very out of place.
I would have been like, why are you talking so loud? Like, lower your voice, because people going to wonder, like, if I was watching this and I heard just a little bit of what she was saying in and out, I would be like, what the hell are they talking about? Only thing I'm hearing about dripping, licking, sucking. I'm like, But hey, listen, it was funny.
Yeah. Jay and Kiara, they are smelling the oils on each other and just kind of, touching, laughing, flirting. And, I like their vibe. They're really good together. I will say that I really enjoyed watching the block party and like seeing the businesses and vendors that were there. Yeah. Like that seemed like just a nice day in the city. Like it looked like fun. So Cisco goes over to Naeem and tells him, look, man, I got to talk to you. So he tells him that he opened up to Tae about his past and current situation. Yeah. The spark is fading and he feels embarrassed. He's 42. He was homeless when he got out of his relationship. His mom wasn't messing with him, so he couldn't go live with his mom. Yeah. He's feeling checked out of the process at this point. Naeem tells him that this is God's plan. A woman will accept you for you and your situation, and your story is going to help someone. Cisco says that Naeem really lifted his spirits in that moment. And you could tell, like, it looked like a weight was lifted off his shoulder. Like, it was nice to see Naeem pour into him in that way.
Yeah, seeing Cisco basically walk down the block, up and down the block party by himself. Yeah. It was sad, right? But now, even though, listen, I'm about to talk out of both sides of my mouth now, right? Even though I said Naeem should be on the bottom of everybody poll because he is 3 baby mamas with 5 kids or something like that, right? You could kind of see how he got 3 baby mama with 5 kids, because he really do come off, his personality do shines very strong. It right does. So like when he was talking to Cisco and seeing that big grown buff man crying into his shirt, it did kind of put me in a position where I kind of felt sorry for him, but then I snapped out of it. I was like, hey bro, you don't have to only talk to Tae. Yeah. Like you only know her for 4 episodes. You get what I'm saying? If that. But I did like the fact that he basically was like, hey, someone's going to accept you for you completely. And I got to give Cisco his respect in the sense of at least you're being honest.
Right.
At least you was the one to say, hey, you know what? I did cheat in an early relationship before. This is my current situation. If he did see a future with Tae, he's being honest and things like that. But at the same time, I am not going to, what's the word? I am not going to criticize Tae for her decision if she, even after the fact, decide to be like, yeah, I still don't want to talk to you because of the situation that you're in. That's your situation.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make it mine. So even though I am sorry for Cisco and I feel for him, that doesn't move me off my position of Tae should go over there and rub his back. Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good that he was honest. I still kind of feel like, I don't know. I feel like when I say this, I mean it. But then I also feel like a twinge of just like, I don't know if that's right, player. But I do feel like if you're in a situation to where you're not necessarily stable, then maybe you should focus on getting stable before you start dating.
Yeah.
But the twinge like inside of me also feels like, but don't all people deserve love? Like, do you have to be like in a perfect place to like be love and have love? You know what I'm saying? Do you have any response to that? I'm conflicted about that.
Yes,
sometimes.
I do have a response to that. Like, I'm not saying that you.
I'm like, don't use nobody for a come up, but people deserve to be loved, even if their life is hard.
Here's the thing. I don't think Cisco is trying to use her as a come up.
Right.
I don't want to conflate the two issues.
Right.
I don't think he's telling her in a position to deceive her so he can use her to step up.
Right.
I don't think that's his intention, right? I think his intention was to be honest, right? And I think her intention was to be honest right back and saying, well, I want someone that at least have a car, right? That at least have a place to stay. I think what happened was he was saying, I don't have a car. And she was like, okay, that's fine. We can always get a car. But then it got worse.
Yeah.
And then it got to, because people at least got their own apartments. You get what I'm saying? But I really don't know how Philly is. And for him to be like, I rent a room, it gives off like, oh, you're really in the beginning process of building yourself up. And maybe you should not be here.
Yeah.
I am a big believer of, hey, if I believe that you are the woman that is worth chasing, that is worth investing, that, hey, I need to have my ducks in order to even talk to you because I believe you're worth that much if I decide to talk to you, right? I'm not going to talk to you if I feel like I got $2 in my bank account. I'm not going to talk to you if I feel like I don't have a place to take you back to. I'm not going to talk to you because I feel like you're worth that much.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, like, look, you can feel bad for Cisco. Everybody deserves love. But hey, Tae deserves somebody that at least have an apartment.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, it is what it is.
True. So Cam is sitting on the steps with Rose on his back, literally.
Rose is literally on his back.
And he's looking over and seeing Sahara laughing with Jay, laughing a little bit too loud and too hard for him. To the point where he's over there looking and Rose is looking, trying to figure out what he's looking at.
Yeah.
He's looking at Sahara Rose.
Yeah. Because Rose is like, you're not looking at Sahara. So it's like, you're probably looking at, like, you probably see Tommy coming or something like that.
Exactly.
Listen, dude, you think Cam is the jealous type?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, like,
is that a red flag?
No, not to me.
Okay.
Because I'm a little jealous.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just like, it all depends on how you wield your jealousy. Like, if you're going to be out here and like stalking folks and putting tabs on people's cars, that's a bit much. But if you just kind of like, you know, you're mine. Like, I kind of don't like seeing you entertain other folks. I think that's a healthy amount of jealousy.
I always, even though you're not with either of them, but I always wondered this since you say you are the jealous type, right?
Yeah.
Does it bother a jealous type of person? Let's say you, if your partner or if somebody that you're talking to is not the jealous type?
No.
Okay. Okay. Because I'm not the jealous type.
Yeah.
Right. I am the type to be like, it is what it is. So here's the thing. I don't know. I think the connection that he has with Rose is much deeper than he has with Sahara. With Sahara, right? So I feel like he's being greedy.
I can see that too. That's a good point.
Dude, you get what I'm saying?
I can see that.
Like, I'm like, hey man, you're about to lose all your eggs in the basket because you still wanna grab things that is not as strong of a connection than the one you have literally holding your arm with her chin on your shoulder. So that's why I'm like, jealous, yes, but also men, we want it all.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I don't feel bad for Cam. Well, not feel bad. I don't criticize him in like the way of to where it's like, oh, Cam, you're wrong for this. I just like, Cam, like, focus on build with one person, but it feel like he want to build 2 houses at one time. I guess.
The thing is, this kind of the name of the game. You got to explore multiple connections. Of course. But if she's not yours, then taper the jealousy just a little bit.
Of course.
So Fritz and Shanice talk. Apparently, he sent her some affirmations. She really appreciated that to the point that she kisses the man. Their connection is growing, but Shanice still has a connection with Cisco.
Listen here, Shanice did a complete, like, not even 180, 360, 720. She's still spinning.
Yeah.
Right? You get what I'm saying? Look, I rocks with Shanice. She cool people.
Yeah. Cisco grabs Tae to talk. He gave her the information for her to make a well-informed decision, and he tells her he doesn't hide who he is.
Yeah.
She likes that he is authentically himself, but she got scared. What does it look like for her? Tae says, doing well takes focus, and he says that he has accomplished things in relationships and by himself, but being in a relationship does spark a fire in him. Tae tells him that he's everything that she wants in a man, and she's open to moving forward with him.
Stop right there for a second, Mike.
I was like, this is a bit dramatic.
Yeah, very much dramatic. She crying, he crying. It's a lot for me for this block party.
Yeah.
What do you mean being in a relationship spark a fire in you? Like, I know it sounds good, but
not to me.
But you know what would spark a fire in me? When I walk past other rooms that's rented out to other people and I go to my little box. Right. That would spark a fire in me every time, to where I don't have my own kitchen.
Right.
I don't have my own place. I have a room.
I got to share a bathroom.
Yes.
With strangers.
Yes. That will spark a fire in me. I understand that. Listen here. I think we need to start listening to people. I think we want to believe that people live for them. But really, you need to listen to how they treat themselves and how they live for themselves to see how they will treat you. So when you hear things such as, oh, being in a relationship sparks a fire in me, I'm like, oh, girl, or oh, boy, he is going to live for me and he is going to do all these things for me. Or if you're on the other side, if you're a guy and you're like, oh, yeah, like she is going to be for me. No, see how that person treats themselves.
Yeah.
And see what standard they hold themselves to. I don't want to criticize so much to where, because I don't know his situation, especially with divorce. Divorce is hard, and when it comes down to it, you can lose basically everything when it comes to divorce. Right. But at the same time, I think that spark should come internally, to where it should be like, I want better for myself, not because I'm in a relationship. But hey, they hugging, they crying in like the middle of the street. It is what it is. To be. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, we reviewed this show, Married at First Sight, and in a scene of the show, one of the castmates, is dating a new guy, and he talked about how is the light of his life, even though he got 2 kids. And he's going through a divorce himself.
Yeah.
And one of the other ladies on the show, Carla, asked him, so you ain't had no other light in your life before her? And he says, no, it was all darkness. That type of thing scares me. Yeah. For him talking about that, being in a relationship sparks a fire in him to actually like go hard and do well for himself, or to say that your partner is, the light of your life and like you do everything for that person. It's like, what if we have an argument? Like, what if things don't work out? What if like we're on bad terms? What if there's a separation? Like, what if, I'm in bad health? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it in you that's going to get you to continue going and to continue to see the light in life and to have a fire in yourself that has nothing to do with me, and I agree with you. I want to see your character individually as a person and what it looks like without me. So when we come together, yes, of course, we're going to encourage each other and, we're going to find ways to work harder in different ways. So that way we can reach our goals that we have, that are mutual goals versus our individual goals. Yeah. So I think that there's something to say for that. But if you've been in this room, I don't know how long he's been in that room and how long the divorce has been. Yeah. But if you're finding your place in a situation to where you're stagnant in life, then that concerns me too. Like, you shouldn't automatically just get stuff together because I'm around. Like, why are you stagnant?
Yeah. And to your point, we kind of see how he would act if in this situation, because we saw just the idea of Tae not talking to him no more. He crying into his shirt.
Yeah.
Like
I need some more resilience than that.
And my thing is, like, look, I have no problem with it, right? The only thing I have is there is a such. Now, listen here. I'm about to talk out of both sides of my mouth again, right? There is a such thing as, hey, there is something to live for more, right?
Yeah.
But listen what I'm saying though. Like for example, I'm married to my co-host, right? To where I realized that, oh, I'm not only doing this show for me, I'm doing it for us. I'm not only working my job for me, I'm working it for us. So there is something to where it's like, oh, it's more of an anchor. It keeps me going and things like that. But there was certain basic things that I had to where I can pay to play. Right. You get what I'm saying? It just felt like, Cisco, you can't pay to play right now because you renting out a room and you trying to get a car. And I think there's nothing wrong with that if y'all was in a genuine relationship, but y'all are still speed dating technically. Yeah. So like, you can't really hold it against her to be like, I'd rather talk to Eddie. Dude, like there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So Rocky asked Fritz if he's poly.
Oh man.
Coley been talking, y'all. He says no, but he is intrigued by it, but it's not in him to do that. Rocky says that she doesn't share, asks if he's looking for one person or someone to join him in his poly lifestyle. Rocky is just going off.
Yeah.
Going on and on.
Yeah.
Next, we see Coley and Eddie hugged up on the stoop. She thinks that his walls are up. She says she's not a general contractor. She's not going to be knocking down walls. Angie didn't like seeing them hugged up. She thought it was disrespectful. Coley tries to get a kiss from him, and he tells her no. Ooh. He then goes over to Jay once Coley walks away and says, she's trying to, you know what I mean? Like, she's throwing it at me. You know what I'm saying?
Man. You know how embarrassing it has to be for you to really go in for a kiss as a woman, and then for that guy to say no, because listen here, I ain't gonna hold you. We would kiss anything that's beautiful, but I would say in this moment, her name is what? Coley. In this moment, you look unkept. I'm sorry, I gotta say it, right? The ponytail was to the side, right? You just came off as like very sloppy to me. You get what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, I see the confessionals where she's talking, and I'm like, you look beautiful, very put together. But I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was the block party. I don't know if it's the sun. Tommy Stay got y'all outside. I don't know what it
y'all
is.
Always outside.
Yes, I don't know what it is, but she just looked very like sloppy, and I can see from any perspective, like, ew, woman, please. She over there talking about something. I'm not no general contractor. I'm not on knockdown walls. And then she gets up and walk away after she basically skedaddled. You get what I'm saying? The minute that he said, I don't want to kiss you, said, well, maybe next time, you. And I'm just like, what Tubi movie am I watching here? And then, of course, like, we go to our guy friends and be like, you know what she's trying to do? And for him to be like, yeah, I don't want that. Yeah. It came off as very sloppy. What was your thoughts, Blair?
Yeah. What I actually said to you, I was trying to keep it PC. I was like, this is giving very much crackhead vibes.
Yeah.
I was like, this is very crackhead vibey right now. And not that I think the girls does crack, but I don't know. I don't know if it was the heat mixed with the liquor. I don't know if they give y'all food like that. Some shows get in trouble for not feeding y'all. Yeah. So I was just like, this is just not it. Like, on the street, crackhead vibes, not feeling it.
I'm not a general contractor. And Eddie was like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Like, okay, maybe she was trying to connect it to what he does, because he does like construction in like that way.
He didn't even know what she was trying to say.
But that's what I'm saying.
He was like, what? Actually, no. Please leave me alone.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm like, imagine if a guy ever. A guy just put your hand on the forehead. Listen here, I knew at that moment she could never show her face and get around me.
Right.
But listen here, it is what it is. Listen, there has been people that I had to. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, because listen here, I'm all for a confident woman and things of that nature. Shout out to my East Coast women. But it just like she just came off as like just unkept and just very loose. Like, I don't know what it was. It was just very thirsty in a weird way. You know what I'm saying?
So we move on to the game of the block party.
Yeah.
So Tommy reads a quote that one of the guys said. The ladies have to guess who said it. Then they have to ring his bell. The first person to ring the bell wins, and the goal is 3 points. The winner gets to go on a date with the man of their choice, and there will be 2 winners. So the guy who had sex in a funeral home was Naeem.
What?
The guy who had sex on a crowded beach in Puerto Rico was Cisco.
What?
Eddie expresses love through words and thoughtful gifts. Khalil handles stress by working out. Fritz has a fantasy of having sex in an Uber.
Huh?
Jay had a woman pray to his private parts.
Huh?
Hussein thinks that a picnic in the park is the best date.
Okay.
And Cam says the longest that he would wait to have sex is 1 month. And I think the other thing was eating the groceries. And I believe that was Khalil.
Now, I have a question. Can I ask you a question, Blair?
Yes.
My question is this. If this is supposed to be a show that is rated to love and you want to be taken seriously when it comes to love, why so many sex questions?
I totally agree.
No, I need an answer.
Oh.
I need the answer, Sway.
Because that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, because my thing is
what that tells me.
Because my thing is if Tommy, you coming out here with a mic, you doing your little monologue and things of that nature, you over here showing off your wife assets and things of that nature, spinning her around for everybody
to see. She didn't even get to stay for the food or nothing.
Who cares? Who knows?
Or the oils, because I ain't seen no food.
Yeah, here's the thing about it, right? and you showing all these things. You had somebody getting married in the first episode of Rated Love, first ever. You know what I'm saying? And now we actually get all these unserious questions. What good does it do me to know where you want to have sex in the Uber?
Right.
Like, come on now. If you want to be taken seriously, I think there should have been more questions that have to do with actually some substance outside of just sexual fantasies and things of that nature.
But that's why I like the statement that Eddie gave, like that he shows love through gifts and affirmations. Like, I'm just like, that lets me know a bit about you and how you'll be in a partnership. Like,
I mean, at least here, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the first winner is Angie and the second winner is Sahara. So Sahara chooses Fritz to go on a date because they kind of got off to the wrong start.
Yeah.
Prior to this date, he didn't think that they could have a friendship or relationship. Sahara asked him what he's looking for. And she asked, are you a one-woman man? Because, like I said, Coley been talking.
Yeah.
He says that he isn't poly, and he hopes that this doesn't come up again. Cisco thinks he can get something real out of, Fritz. He thinks he can get something real out of this. Apparently, he came in and he was playing. Sahara says, I noticed you were playing the copy pasting, and you have to do better.
Yeah.
He tells her that he'll text her tonight, and she says she doesn't believe him, but okay.
Okay, listen here. We'll see. I thought it was weird for them to go on a date, but hey, it is what it is.
And I will say, like, Fritz, you really don't like Sahara. So in the confessional, you're saying one thing, but in the episode, you're over here telling her you're going to text her and talk to her and all this type of stuff. There's so many other women. If you don't like her, stop playing with her. Like, stop messing around with her, because she's going to take you on a date and you don't want to go on a date with her anyway. So anyway, so Angie goes on a date with Hussein for a sound bath. They both enjoyed it, found it to be peaceful, and she got him a gift for his son, which was pretty much like something to put on his keychain that said that his dad would always be there for him. He really appreciated that, and they have been bonding over parenting.
Listen here, I have no problem with Angie, even though some people will call her the phone number bandit, the cell phone bandit. She's over there talking to Cam in the middle of the road, basically saying, what is your number? He said, put your phone away.
Exactly.
Let me court you. You get what I'm saying? Because I saw how you, with that Wayne, I see how you basically like, you ain't call me, you ain't call me, you ain't call me, you ain't call me. Listen here, I like Angie's smile, right? I think in certain aspects she's trying to get chosen, and I'm learning to not hold it against someone who's trying to get chosen, because at the end of the day, that's the point of the game,
exactly,
right? And look, I'm rocking with these two. I don't really see it, but I think even in this instance, she could turn Hussein's heart. Because when she gave him the gift, you could see him like holding back emotions of basically when he's being open, she's being open. And guess what? I liked it. I liked it from phone number bandit over here. You get what I'm saying?
So the guys get together in the vault. They are vibing with Tae, Deanna, Kiara, Angie, Shawnee, Rose, and really only Cam is vibing with Sahara. They're not feeling, before they really get it out, Fritz is already whispering, y'all gonna help me get Sahara out?
Wait a minute.
To his half of the room.
Wait a minute.
Coley, they feel like it's giving representative. She's not giving substance, coming in a little too hard, too fast. Rocky, they're not really finding her attractive. Sahara, Fritz finds her to be a loose cannon. Some people think she's gives friend vibes. Fritz keeps saying, all right, let's get her out of here. Let's get her out of here. And Cam says, he has a connection with her. So if Fritz is going to keep making little comments, he's going to speak up. And he says, we're not here to feed your personal vendetta. And Cisco chimes in and says, you all in these guys' ears, like you're being corny. Fritz says Cam was just trying to flex on him, but he's not going to change his stance. And Tommy tells everyone that they have their own journey, so let's not play games. Look for what you're looking for. So Cam says the guys know that Fritz isn't here for the right reasons and he has no respect for him. They have to let two ladies know that they are not ready to love.
What is your thoughts on how everything went in the vault, Blair?
Yeah, that whole vault situation, like I already had like my antennas up about Fritz the first time we met him.
That is true.
Because I was like, why are you over here talking about vacations and trips? Like you the man that's gonna like make all these girls' dreams, like you Aladdin or something. You know what I'm saying? Like showing all the girls the world. And I was just kind of like, that's a weird way to sell yourself. And then when we get to this house, which is a beautiful home, now I'm starting to wonder if that's even his house.
I don't think so.
Because he was saying it was temporary. It's only just him. And he's talking about how he came on here just ready to play. And I'm just like, I think you're still playing. Like, no, like you're not being serious. You're over here talking to people that you don't actually like. So for him to sit up here and try to really push hard to get Sahara out, say your piece and shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason for you to try to be messy and trying to get guys to go with you. They already don't like her. So you're just showing your character pretty much.
Yeah, it's like you already heard the names of people that they're for. So it's like, why does it matter if she's around? Like, eventually, if you're not talking to her and you hear nobody else is talking to her except for Cam, what, like, besides focusing on who you don't like, who do you like? And focus more on that. Yeah, I do seem like it was just kind of like foul. I'm like, if she is voted off and things like that, let it be because majority of people don't like her for their own reasons, not because we all got together and say, well, you know, I guess, you know, it's a guys club, boys club, let's all get together and do that. Because at the end of the day, when it's the girls in power and they all be like, we feel like Fritz is into poly and let's all get him out because he ain't serious, you wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So Cam goes out with Sahara, and I'm just like, whenever Sahara's in the bottom, they must just send Cam because they're like, you're the only one that can talk to her.
Cam knows how to talk to her. Cam knows how to talk to her.
Sahara heard that he was fighting for her, and Cam tells her that someone was lobbying to try to get you out. People are intimidated by your energy. Sahara says that she wants to be herself, and her little 120-pound self should not be able to intimidate a grown man.
I understand that, but yes and no. Right? You could be yourself, but you could also be better.
Yeah.
Like I'm not asking you to be different. I'm just asking you to be better. Right? And don't be bitter. Be better. You get what I'm saying? Listen here, but I also have a problem with Cam in this scene, only a little bit. Hey, what happens in the vault stays in the vault. You don't have to let nobody know what happened, private conversations of of anybody's personal vendettas against her. The only reason why I felt like he told her that is because she may be going home. There's no reason to tell her that and then still let her stay.
Right.
That'd be wild. But at the end of the day, I think I think, because he left us on a cliffhanger, I think she's staying, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they go be like, nah, that's not right, Fritz. You get what I'm saying?
Coley goes out with Eddie, and Eddie says that, you know, her trying to kiss him was a bit much.
Okay.
Coley rolls her eyes and says that it was her first block party. She didn't know the block party rules.
Girl.
It's already just a nasty attitude. And I'm just like, we get it. You're in the bottom, but you got... Like, a lot of these people are not good with constructive criticism, and it's very odd because it's like, you know how the show goes, and if you're in the bottom, people are going to tell you about yourself.
Facts.
You're not flawless.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so Eddie said the guys don't feel like they're getting to know her, and she says that she is being her true self, and she can only be herself.
No, I'm not asking you to be someone different. I'm asking you to be yourself, but better.
Right.
Not bitter, but better. Here's the thing about it. Right here, even in the confessional and even right here in person, Coley looks beautiful.
She looks amazing. She's a beautiful girl.
But at the block party, you were just given
cracked out.
We in the alley.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not in the alley. I'm on the stoop.
Snowfall.
You get what I'm saying?
Then Jay goes out with Rocky. The guys didn't see her in a romantic light, and Rocky says that she knows she should be affectionate with those that she wants to be affectionate with. Now, I don't know who wants to be affectionate with Rocky, but I appreciated the way that she took the criticism in a way that maybe she could show up better, not bitter.
Yeah, so, but it don't matter if she show up better. She going home.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like for sure the fact that Naeem was like, yeah, she read to me this poem. It was good, but nah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think Rocky and Coley is going home.
Agreed.
In my opinion.
And that's all we got.
Anything else? Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. I'm enjoying the season.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? It's so funny because somebody pointed out to me that, like, you know, Tommy kind of look. They always clap for Tommy. I did not notice it until somebody said it, And now every time I see Tommy come out, I'm frustrated. Tommy it's funny. This is Tommy's show, and Tommy is the part of the show that makes me frustrated the most. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to listen to him talk. He got to do a stand-up routine. It just comes off as, okay, Tommy, we see you. Yeah. You wants to be seen. Mm-hmm. We see y'all next time.
Bye.